Hello Korea, it's so good to be back here in Seoul after 3 very long years. I'm back playing this beautiful guitar from Schecter. This is the new Atomic Fire. Very excited to play it at the clinic tonight and can't wait to meet all of you guys and talk music and guitar. Since I was here, I think in 2019, I've been thinking about coming back. I've been lucky enough to be in Korea 3 times now, and always blown away by the passionate guitar fan. There seems to be a huge love, especially with a new generation of kids and young guitar players, a huge kind of resurgence for playing electric guitar. So seeing that side of the community again, meeting some of the newer players, of course, all the food. The guy I travel with, Ryan, him and I are always talking about Korean barbecue and the food here, and the coffee is another big one. You know, we were all locked down and kind of stuck inside for so long, I wasn't sure if I'd ever get to do this again. So the main thing I was looking forward to is just getting to come back and experience everything once again. I first started playing guitar not in a traditional way, whereas a lot of people would see, you know, a famous guitar player, Eddie Van Halen or Angus Young or someone, and want to play because of them. I actually started playing guitar because I had a neighbor who was a little bit older than me, and I heard him playing guitar from his basement window. This was probably back in 2000, which is hard to believe. But I walked over to his house and I knocked on the door and I asked, can I come down and watch? I can only speak for myself, but it made me immediately aware of what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. I played a lot of guitar growing up. I didn't have a teacher, I didn't have the internet or books. I didn't have anything. I just would sit down and play for hours. I would play usually from the time I'd play before school. I'd play when I got home from school. I would put my homework in the garbage and I would play more. Sorry, Mom. And the reason why I did it was it just felt like the right thing to do. It was the anchor of my day. If I didn't do it, it felt wrong. Everybody has, you know, very strong routines throughout their day and certain things that if you don't do, you feel maybe like you didn't have a good day. Now, after doing it for 20 years, I do it because I play guitar and I work on music so much because it is more comfortable for me to do that than it is to speak to people. It's kind of my identity. It's pretty much everything to me. I am still building, I think, my language as a guitar player, as a musician. I've released, I think, 6 solo albums. I've released 2 albums with a band that I sing in, and now I'm doing a project with my wife where she sings, I play guitar. The one consistent factor through everything, though, no matter what I do, the focus. It's a focus that kind of keeps me up at night. I just kind of write music. I write something every day. Every day I try to complete an idea. And you do that enough and you develop your own sound. But I'm currently in production on my 7th album, and it should be done in a couple months, the final album. And it's cool to see the past, I don't know, 10, 11 years of solo music I've been listening to, writing, get to this point. This record I'm going to be releasing soon is my, sort of my, I would call it my masterpiece, I guess. And it's not really in a particular style, it's just my ears, I guess, my voice. I guess I became a Schecter artist, I think, officially in 2014, so that's 8 years ago. I was playing another brand for, I guess, 15 years or so, 14 years. And one day, a Schecter artist, Keith Merrow and Jeff Loomis, I was kind of talking to both of them and just talking about guitars and stuff, and they asked who I was working with. And I wasn't working with anybody. And this was at a time where I guess my career was starting to take off a little bit. I had just released an album called Atomic Mind. And Schecter had sent me a custom shop guitar. I still have it, it's black trad. And they wanted me to try it because I was using a custom shop guitar from another brand. I'm sure if you know what it was based off of. It's based off of this is based off of a Les Paul, as you can tell now. And they sent me one, but I didn't play it. I was almost afraid of it. I let it sit in the corner in a box because I thought, how can this guitar be as good as the one I'm playing? This is my favorite guitar. So finally, Schecter said to me, one of the people at the company said, either you can play it or just send it back. So I decided, I guess I should play it. And it was the best guitar I'd ever played. But it started really with another artist at Schecter just saying, you should try one. And you should try one. I don't really use any pedals, and that's not because I don't like them. I tend to travel, do tours internationally most of the time. I'm from Canada. I don't usually play back home, so I have to really be aware of what I'm taking on the road with me, and I have to be very economical about travel because it's pretty intense when I'm touring every day. We're doing something different. So I have to just have everything very compact. So for live, I'm pretty much just using whatever amp is supplied to me. I use this guitar. This is my main guitar right now. This is my Atomic Fire guitar from Schecter. It's a USA model. It's same specs basically as before, except this one has a nice flame top. Wenge, ebony. These are my signature pickups, fantastic. In the studio is a bit different because I can be a little bit more kind of luxurious about it, and I can have these beautiful amplifiers. And for my music, if you're trying to get the guitar tone I have on songs like Remarkably Human or Wide Eyes in the Dark or Young Language, that's a bunch of different amps kind of sewn together. That's usually a Boogie of sorts, a Friedman, we've used a Vox, a Fender amp. It's a whole bunch of amps, depending on the song I'm playing, recording. I use a Martin or a Taylor acoustic guitar. At home, I use a Quad Cortex just for quick tones. Nothing special, just whatever. When you turn it on, it's that first patch, whatever that is. But it's very, very simple. Typically, when I travel, I just put this in the case. I do actually carry one pedal with me, though. I carry the MXR, just the reverb pedal, just in case I get a real dead-sounding amp and I need to inject some life into it. In the future, especially when I go back to do more stuff with the band, I'll have maybe a more consistent amplifier setup. But, you know, the tone's all in here anyways. So this year, I was lucky enough to get to do another guitar with Schecter. And although I don't have it here with me, I thought the best possible move would be to have the PT model. I mean, they look, if I had it here, you could say they look great together. It's kind of a matching set in a lot of ways, those two guitars, those two body shapes. There's a Diamond Series model and a USA model. We designed pickups for them. It's got a humbucker in the neck and a single in the bridge, which I think is really cool. It has a little bit more, when I play one anyways, I like to play it with a little bit more gain. I think it's a little bit heavier of a guitar. Typically Teles or PTs or T-types, whatever you want to call them, are associated with country and bluegrass and blues and stuff. But for me, I think of that guitar, it's like a heavier, almost like a metal guitar. Some of the heavier stuff I do, I'll usually use that guitar. But it's absolutely beautiful. It's the same build quality, same consistency. I look forward to seeing how it does and seeing what people think of it over time. And yeah, I think it's going to be a surprise for people to try a Tele, or in this case the PT, with a humbucker in the neck. I think it's a really interesting sound, and I'm gonna experiment as much as I can with that. The rumor that I come to Korea for Korean barbecue, although I do like Korean barbecue a lot, I'm actually vegan, so I don't eat meat, except I'm having a difficult time sometimes finding vegan food on tour. When I'm home, it's no problem. My wife's also vegan, but I kind of break all the rules when I'm traveling and getting the green light from my wife as well. She says you're too skinny, you need to eat more when you travel. So I've given up vegan when I'm touring. So when I come to Korea, let's get the barbecue going.